Yeah.
What is going on, everyone? We are back with the Pound/Marvel Media Podcast.
I am Pound.
Slash.
And we're here for you people.
Here. So before we get started, we are talking about the latest 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't able to get together last week. Last week we had a haunted house to go to with our company, which was a fantastic time. We loved it.
I
Every
wish we
minute
can break that down, but I know that we can't do that. I would love to really break that whole entire
None of us
experience.
really enjoyed ourselves too much.
Which is sad, because it looked like it could have been better. But
and then
the bus drive was fire.
So we had that last week. We also, Ralph came over early, and him, myself, and my fiance watched movies together. And by watched movies together, we watched VHS Beyond, and then I slept through the other one that I picked for us to watch.
Oddity. It was
Oddity, and they said they really liked Oddity.
Yeah. You fell asleep at that time. We didn't want to spoil too much from it, though.
Pretty quick. I fell asleep pretty quick.
Yeah, you knocked out.
Also, if you're watching this and it is on the week of Halloween, happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, Halloween is next week. Yay! I got candy out to some some kids.
We don't give candy out here.
I mean, y'all live like in you got people. I said middle of nowhere.
And we are covering episodes 6 and 7 today. 6 is called Familiar by Thy Side, and episode 7 is called Death's Hand in Mine.
Nice. But I guess we're going to start with some news, which already pisses me off already. Blade is now taken off the shelves, which is fine. I get it. But I wish it was coming out this year. Now we don't know when it's coming out. But I'm happy that they did. They're trying to go back and fix it. There are people who are kind of upset. They're like, when is it going to come out? And they're telling you they don't know. They're trying to go back to the drawing board. It had like 5 directors leave. At one point, Marshall Ali is trying to walk out. It's just been pulled, man. It is what it is, though. But because it was supposed to come out next year, wasn't it? The Blade movie.
It was supposed to come out this year, and then it was supposed to come out next year.
On the other hand, I'm like, maybe it's best to hang it up. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, when it finally does drop, we're gonna get a good Blade movie. But people are kind of upset about that. They're like, so when it's supposed to come out, and it's one of those TBD moments there. It's kind of sad, actually, because, damn, they really hyped it up like, what, 2000, was it when was that Comic-Con where we got Marshall Ali for Blade, and they put the hat on and everything. He was so happy to do this shit, and now look where we're at. Oh, and another thing that's leaving, Doctor Strange 3, that got pulled too. Now I think they backed it up for another couple of months from its release date or whatever. So they now pulled that a little bit there too. Right. That's 2 movies that have now been removed from play, though. But at least they do have a director compared to Blade. Blade doesn't even have a director anymore. So there's that. Also, Marvel Studios added 3 new films to its release date. We got February 2028, so that's probably going to be Blade. No, I'm just kidding. We also got May 5th, 2028, and November 5th, 2028. So, and by that time, a meteor will come down and hit us.
Correct. We did just have 2 of them, apparently, like, in our atmosphere. City destroyers at that. Flew right by us.
Because by the time these movies come out, we might just be in The Walking Dead. So, good Lord. I mean, and look, some people on there that says one of them's got to be Blade. It's got to be Blade. Come on. They had to push it. Like, one of them. People already guessing. They're like, May 5th is clearly a Secret Wars Part 2, the Scarlet Witch solo movie, the multiverse. Like, damn, you got it all the way down to a T. Hey, these people be like, knowing some shit that we don't know, Nick. Like you know from these untitled films what they might be? Okay. Sure. Oh, Paul Bettany, the guy who played Vision, confirmed that Vision Quest series will begin filming in 2025. So, we're going to be seeing White Vision come back. So, that's going to be fun. Let's see. What else we got? Venom's Last Dance made $72.8 million in the film budget of $120 million. So we gotta go see it now.
No, we don't.
The fuck we look. Everybody's asking me like, you gonna go see Venom 3?
When it's free.
When it's free. When it's free. I'm watching that shit. Oh, great.
I still ain't watched fucking Madam Web. You think I'm jumping on the fucking Venom 3?
And people are like, well, you just don't read the comics. It's like, I don't think reading the comics kind of helps it, though. I don't think. I mean, maybe it does. And if that's the case, then dang, shouldn't they have kind of put the comics kind of toward that a little bit? But hey, honestly, I'm not a comic book reader. I just think this looks like it could be a terrible CGI fest, and I don't want to watch that. Let's see what we got. We got everybody is asking about. Some people are asking for whether or not if Agatha Harkness is going to get a movie or is she going to be in a Scarlet Witch solo movie or not. Which I don't know why would she be in a Scarlet? I mean I don't know why she would do that. Why would she want to fight Scarlet Witch again though? I mean, like would you mind seeing her in the Scarlet Witch solo movie? She said she's up for whatever, but you know, we already seen that already with WandaVision. But this time she got Mephisto. No, she got your Mephisto help. Oh. Dustin Daniel Cretton, the director of Shang-Chi, make sure I get it right.
Right.
Is officially directing Spider-Man 4.
Oh, I thought you would say Shang-Chi too.
Look, man.
I was so excited.
No. What's wrong with Spider-Man 4? We got Bitch, it's Spider-Man 4.
We've had 3 Spider-Man movies since the last time we had a Shang-Chi movie.
I don't give a damn. I want 10.
I want another Shang-Chi movie.
I think I care, bro. I can like.
Why you?
You look like I want.
Why you not want the Asian man to shine? What's wrong with you?
Hey, you about to bring race to this? This a bitch. First of all.
Nah,
Hey, he was so hyped. He said Shang-Chi. Nah, bitch. Spider-Man 4 though.
I mean, I'm excited for Spider-Man 4. I'm ready for a new Shang-Chi. Like, they made it seem like it was going to be not too long after the first one came out, they were going to start working on it, and they ain't even greenlit the sequel yet. Like,
so what was the point of making this movie?
It's still one of the best movies in Phase 5, whatever it is.
5, 6, 10, whatever it, yeah.
I'm just saying.
So, yeah, I mean, I get it. It's one of the best, but, you know. And you're not the only one. People are saying, they're like, was it Shang-Chi somebody said, was it Shang-Chi a major bomb? You are, okay, sir. Okay. They said, was Shang-Chi a major bomb? Did it bomb? I'm like, no. In fact, that was probably, like you said, one of the best MC movies that came out of like 4 or 5. Well, to be honest, there was not that much
after Infinity War.
After Infinity War.
Endgame. I'm sorry.
After Endgame, yeah. Like, nah, that made like, what did it make, close to $1 billion? Like, no. No, sir.
Wasn't that like the first movie back from the pandemic too?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, I might have looked at about from the MCU. I think so.
Yeah, September 3rd, 2021. It grossed over $432 million worldwide, making it the 9th highest grossing film of 2021.
Right, that was like right after it. Speaking of more Spider-Man news, Spider-Man 4 has officially set the release date of July 24, 2026.
Yeah, I've already heard the rumored plot, and I don't want it.
They already got a plot on this shit already? What's the plot? I mean...
Sinister Six. Talking about bringing, what's his name back?
The Vulture and all
Vulture, that? Shocker.
But he's in the Sony-verse. Well, I mean, this is all Sony-verse, but...
He's supposed to be coming back.
So that whole situation with Mobius, that just retcon, just reneged. Okay, I mean that's fine. Hey, you know what? Amy Pascal said, "Fuck it, we just gonna go ahead and just get rid of that."
Take him back.
Yeah, take him back. Bring Morbius in. Oh yeah,
we don't need the help. We've got a super skinny Kraven coming out. We're good.
And then somebody said, which we all knew, Sony came out and said Venom is not gonna be part of the Tom Holland series. Yeah, no shit. We knew that. Tell us something we don't know. We knew that this Venom with Eddie Brock and them are gonna be, are they're not gonna be in the Tom Holland movies and whatnot. We know that. It dies after that 3rd movie. Exactly. And they said Spider-Man is officially set to release 2 months after Avengers Doomsday. Comes out May 1st. Oh yeah.
But is Spider-Man gonna be in Avengers Doomsday?
He better be. Why? I was like, he better be. I want that moment that one of my coworkers think that shouldn't happen. I'm like, no, I need that moment where he looks at Tony Stark and
he thinks it's Tony.
He thinks it's Tony. That's probably going to be the best part about that whole movie. I'm literally looking at him like,
I thought you
no,
were
we buried this month. Like, I think we. I mean, he gonna have the mask on, but you know, when it finally shows himself, he's gonna be like, "I know, I thought you died, sir. We saw you die 10 years ago. What happened?"
I need him to die again, Spider-Man, and I need
Spider-Man to deliver the final blow.
No. I need Doctor Doom, mask off, holding Spider-Man as he's dying, and Spider-Man being like, "I don't want to die, Mr. Stark," like he did in it.
He'd be like, "Bitch, do you know who I am? I am not. I
Boom,
am Doctor Doom. All right, I am Doctor Doom. Bow right in the face." He'd be like, "I don't know who Tony Stark is." That'd be funny if he's chased. My name's not Tony Stark. It's Victor Von, bro. It's Victor Von Doom. It's not Tony Stark, sir.
I haven't been Tony Stark in a long time.
Right. Tony Stark died that night.
I am Victor Von Doom.
Vonnie, Doomy Stons. Yeah, all that shit. Let's see. What else we got? What other Marvel shits we got? Oh, yeah, Zendaya almost got tackled by paparazzi, and Tom Hardy had almost go full-blown Spider-Man.
It's not Tom Hardy, but keep going.
It's not Tom Hardy.
You tried, though.
Because Tom Holland tried it, and he's like, he looks so... He's not very muscular, man. Like,
nah, but he got in there and got the job done.
No, he did. Yo, because they almost like tripped her and they got aggressive. They got really right up in his face. He snatched her. It's like
Zendaya was like,
because she was trying to do autographs, but they came in like paparazzi. They came real in.
She's like, "I'm good, Tom." He's like,
because he was ready to start going. He was ready to start like, he'll turn to Tobey Maguire real quickly. Get the fuck out the way!
He's like, "Don't make me Spider-Man flip kick you, bitches."
He can do it. Like, he's only, what, 22? He like, wow, bitch. Like, dude really hit the X button on the PS4. Like, because I get it. We're all happy to see Zendaya and Mary Jane and Tom. I would say Tom Hardy one more mother time almost came out.
Mr. Holland.
Mr. Holland, Spider-Man.
Just remember, he's got an opus.
He's got a what?
Dear God.
What you just...
This man is huge, and the joke went over his head.
Oh my God.
I said we can call him Mr. Holland.
Yeah.
And I said he's got an opus.
What kind of opus? What is that?
Mr. Holland's opus? It's a movie.
What movie?
I'm pretty sure it's the name of the movie. Mr. Holland's opus.
That's a movie title? Oh shit.
Yeah, I was right.
Oh my God, that's a real title, man.
Came out in 1995. It's the only movie my dad ever walked out on in a movie theater.
Listen here, sir. Do you know what year I was born when that shit dropped? I haven't even watched that. Oh, come on, man.
What year were you born?
1993.
See, you were like 3. You were old enough.
Motherfucker, like I don't.
You're 2.
Here we go.
Don't you remember eating baby food or some shit?
See, now you're going to talk about my childhood now. Where's your racist? Now you're talking about childhood.
No, I said you were racist.
No,
it's a whole different thing.
Nah, man. You take to that shitty ass on the house. And then I thought I broke that bitch. So now they're being fattest. So I'm going to go ahead and sue. Don't worry. I got a lawyer. Don't worry about it. Look, breaking news. I got a lawyer for that haunted house. I'm going to come up in that bitch. 13 who? It's going to be Ralph Pounds' land next.
Ralph's going to be like, I need a place big enough everywhere for me to walk through.
That's it. Because I'm like, what the? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And it wasn't even scary or nothing. It just pissed me off. Everything pissed me off. Like, I don't understand.
Ralph is holding on to this grudge, guys. I'm sorry. We're trying to talk about Marvel stuff, and he's like, "What's haunted house?" It traumatized him.
Because I'm ready to sue everybody. Oh, my God. I'm for that shitty house. Just sue him for that.
Well, for future reference, you can watch Mr. Holland's Opus on Disney+. There you go.
It's on Disney+? It
is.
Okay, cool. Well, then shit, we can probably watch it then. Want to watch after this? Look, ain't thinking about it. Okay. I need that. Upcoming MCU films, we got Captain America 4, which comes out February 14, 2025. We got Thunderbolts May 2nd, 2025. Fantastic Four comes out July 2025. And then Avengers Doomsday May 1st, 2026. Spider-Man 4, July 2026. And Avengers Secret Wars May 7th, 2027. That is their upcoming Marvels. Also, Shrek the 5th. Shrek 5. Yay! It's going to get Spider-Man! Oh, man, I don't know what to go for. Damn it. Because I like Shrek. God damn it. Guess I'm going to Shrek then. Hey, yo, when Spider-Man 4 drop, I ain't going to watch the movie. No. Hey, yo. Hey, now. You're a rock star.
Go
play. Hey, it's
now.
Shrek 5, man. What do you mean? I'm about to watch that. Hey, yo.
Listen, I ain't even watched Shrek 4.
Oh, no. Did you at least watch Puss in Boots?
That's the reason I didn't watch Shrek 4. Understand this.
What the fuck?
I didn't really like Shrek 3. You know,
I don't like 4, but 3 was okay. 3 was
you
okay.
don't know why I didn't really like 3?
Why?
Because of Puss in Boots.
No, that was 2. Puss in Boots came out 2.
Yeah, but he was in 3 as well.
Yeah, he's part of the group now.
He sucks.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
What does he suck, bro?
He's not funny. He's not entertaining.
See, that's where you're wrong, man. Because he got swag, man.
No,
he
no.
can splash. Fuck, he can do that little spinny shit.
The only thing he can do is give you the fucking cat eyes.
That's because when you take his catnip, or he's in danger. He's in danger. That's when he gotta put on the cat eyes. You didn't like it. Damn, man.
But no, I don't like Puss in Boots as a character.
But it's Shrek 5 though.
The actor I love.
Antonio Banderas. Yeah. But Shrek 5, come on. All that lives is gold. From shooting stars. I
don't care.
Why? It's Shrek.
I haven't seen 4.
It don't matter.
Why am I gonna go see 5?
Because Shrek is GOAT. Shrek been around since 1999.
So is Mufasa, and you ain't all like, let's go watch the new Lion King.
Listen, bro. Let me tell you why.
Shut up.
Let me tell you why that shit should be flopped. The fact that whoever greenlit that should be shot. like what? Like who? What? Think about it. We're gonna watch Mufasa. Why?
Why are we gonna watch a Shrek 5?
Because Shrek 5 makes sense though.
So does Mufasa.
No, it doesn't. We don't care.
We gotta find out why Mufasa became the king.
No, we don't. No, we fucking don't. Just watch Lion King, motherfucker.
I do want you guys to know.
Just watch the live action Lion King. Or Lion King.
Truly don't care about either.
Yeah, we don't care.
I don't want to see the new Mufasa.
He don't want to see Spider-Man 4
I don't
either.
want to see Shrek 5.
He don't want to see Spider-Man 4 either.
He's right. I'd rather have Shang-Chi too.
Look.
We got 10 rings that need to be doing something.
Hey, his whole facial, when I said Spider-Man 4, you went, huh? What about, no. Hey, Kevin Feige don't even know what's going on. I feel like Kevin Feige's just doing shit. He just don't care. He's, just do that. I feel like he's like in his office just, here, take this. Like, damn. like we gotta do something. Like, no, I don't care. Let's see, what other shit we got? I know we got a few more shits left. Oh yeah, people saying Aubrey Plaza's death. Are you surprised? Not really. We knew it.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, we knew about that. Oh, there's also probably a Wiccan is in development at Marvel Studios alongside the Young Avengers in the Scarlet Witch movie. So we'll see more of a. What's that dude's name? What's John Locke? What does he play?
Huh?
John Locke. We're going. He's trying. They're probably gonna make a Wiccan TV show with the Scarlet Witch movie and the Young Avengers. What's that express? See, every time I tell him some shit about news, he's just like, I don't care or why or when. But watch. But when this shit come out, he gonna be the first one involved in this shit because he was like that with Agatha until that bitch dropped, and then he's like, this is it. This is what I want to see.
Don't make me make the lights flicker.
The lights flicker. Let me leave. I'll leave all this food here, bro. I'll come back for it. I'll come back for it next week. No, it's great, man. A Wiccan. He was kicking some ass for like 3 seconds.
I'm excited. Not.
I like your.
It's fucking Wiccan. Who cares? We also don't care about Speedster or whatever the fuck his brother's name is.
Oh, fuck, man. I don't. I forgot that. I forgot both their children's name. I forgot both their children's name. That's so sad, Lord. And when you bring up the episode, oh, that's child's name. Shit. I'm going to call him Boy Who Killed Everybody. There you go. Let's see. Is this everything? Is this it? Are we finally... Oh, okay, here we go. The Shang-Chi 2 has been pushed aside by Marvel Studios and will not release until after the Multiverse Saga has concluded. Marvel wants to end the Multiverse Saga ASAP. So... Shang-Chi 2 won't happen until Probably May 2030.
That's fine. You know, he'll just be old at that point. We'll...
I'm telling you, Kev, he's like, I can see, Kevin, we need a new thing. Take it. He's just sitting in his office. I swear, I go back to She-Hulk where either he's that robot or he's not real, because there's no way. He up here sitting here just like, take it. Just take the script. Go get away from me. Make it sell for $1 billion. Box off that shit, man. Thor 5 has also been pushed aside. So we got Thor 5. So he could be like 90. So I mean, there's that. So yeah. Ooh, they said there could be a Deadpool holiday special on Instagram.
Huh?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds has seemingly teased a potential Deadpool holiday special on his Instagram. How would you feel about Deadpool playing Christmas?
Okay. First and foremost, you worded that really funny. You made it seem like that the holiday special was going to be on Instagram, which is a really weird place to have a holiday special.
Actually, but would you watch it though?
No.
Do you have Instagram?
Yes.
So we're gonna watch it.
Guess how much I go on Instagram? About once every 7 months.
Will this be the once in the 7th month that you want to pop that bitch in?
Because it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it'll be on Disney Plus. But you know, it's the holidays, man. It's Deadpool and.
As long as he's fucking it up, I don't want a happy ending. I don't need like happy go joy, blah blah, deck the halls. Fuck that. People need stabbed.
Dang, stabbed? You don't want a happy ending?
Christmas sucks.
Even though he's born around it, though.
You're right.
Born around that shit.
I wasn't born around Christmas. I was born around the winter solstice.
Same thing, bro.
No, it's really not.
Look, listen, man. You just gotta accept the fact you are part of Christmas. And Santa Claus will be your best friend.
Yeah, no, I ain't no saint.
Yeah, no saint. He said, I'd rather celebrate Halloween and death. This is the one to talk about death like. He talk like Halloween and shit. I guess that is everything. That's all of it. All right, let's get to the part of this shit, man. You ready to do this shit, man?
Maybe.
Are you sure?
Really.
Is there a lot? What the hell my drugs go? I mean, my juice. Where my drugs at? Where'd it go? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, one of our coworkers found us. He said, "What's your guys' podcast?" And I said, "It's the Pounded Slash," and he was so happy that he found our podcast.
Nice.
The one that snores.
Nice.
A lot.
Cool.
He don't stop.
Right. He also doesn't do cool things. So.
You know he watches it. Hey, we play it, bro. You do cool shit.
You don't go to a haunted house. Wuss. Alright.
He hates clowns.
Me too. I just hire him.
Boom! I'm gonna say, you hate clowns? I look at you like.
I actually like clowns.
Well, no, you do.
I'm just talking shit.
I know you are.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna stop surfing Twitter.
Yeah, you surfing through Twitter, man.
I was looking for more news.
Yeah, me too.
So today we were talking about episodes 6 and 7, Familiar by Thy Side and Death's Hand in Mine. Familiar by Thy Side is pretty much another... So one of the things I don't like are... And I've said this for every show that we've covered that does this. I've never been a big fan of flashback episodes. I
knew they were going to get to it, though.
I get the necessity of it, so
right.
I mean,
I knew it was going to happen. Unfortunately.
But I'm one of those people. I always just want to keep pushing the story forward.
Okay, so we're going to talk about episode 8. I'm just fucking.
It's not even out yet.
I mean, episode 7. We're skipping past 6.
But we do learn. And by the way, we were watching the episode, and I called it very early on.
That he jumped into that dude's body?
That dude was going to die, and he was going to jump into the dead boy's body, and that's what happened. By the way, spoilers. So, basically, William is in a Jewish family.
Right, bar mitzvah and everything.
And he is turning, I believe it's 15. I think that's what year Jewish boys do their bar mitzvah.
Yes.
Let me see. When do Jewish boys have their bar mitzvah?
I thought it was 18, but you could be
13.
Damn, that young? Jesus, I didn't know that. Shit, I thought it'd be like 18, but okay.
He's definitely older than 13 though. So
right, he looked like 18 or 19.
So he goes through. They're doing the bar mitzvah.
He likes having a good time.
His family seems to really be.
He looks like a happy kid.
You know, yeah, a really good kid too.
Right.
He's not the type that causes problems, anything like that.
Not the kid that we see in this
right
in this series.
So, this is also where they start introducing a lot of the witches from the series,
right,
in other aspects of his life.
Right.
So you've got
the chick in the she's the one that wrote the sigil.
So the reason he couldn't speak to people was because he had a spell put on him by the old lady witch.
Yep.
That I can't remember what her name is.
Because she was like a fortune teller vision person. Yeah.
And so she was doing.
That's a backstory.
She was doing a reading and basically seeing some things, which we don't really know what she saw until the next episode.
Right. Yeah.
But she's seen some things. She told him that he's a good kid, just needs to go have fun and enjoy time while he can. And then while he's looking away, she draws a little symbol on like a little square piece. He gets up and walks out, forgets his jacket. She puts the sigil in his jacket and then goes off to find him to give him his jacket back. Gives it to somebody else.
Yeah, somebody cut it because she didn't. Yeah,
she didn't find him.
Yeah, one of the teachers.
They eventually get it back to him.
I thought it was a high school thing, but yeah, when I looked at it, it was bar mitzvah. It's like one of the parents or whatever.
But so they go on and.
Because this was during the time of WandaVision when it was happening.
Yeah. So one day they're driving and mom, being dumb, and instead of looking at where she's going.
Right. Because the thing was expanding?
It was shrinking.
Shrinking. Right. This is when it was going away.
They were having the fight between... during the fight between Agatha and Wanda at the end of WandaVision in Westview. There was, if you guys remember, back in WandaVision... There was this big bubble that was covering all of Westview, and WandaVision was controlling everything that was going on inside of it. And then she because
everybody was trying to get out of the bar mitzvah. Everybody was running, and they were driving.
During the fight, there's like a radio or television announcement that tells everybody at the bar mitzvah, "Hey, something's going down in Westview. Everyone needs to leave."
Right.
So everyone scrambles, gets out, gets in their car, and leaves. During the drive, they're driving past the big bubble, but at that moment, one of them says, "Hey, look, the big bubble's shrinking." And instead of paying attention to the road, Mom's like, "Oh, really?" I think it was Mom, or was it Dad driving? I think it was Mom driving.
Yeah, one of them was driving, but nobody. They were so busy because they're about to hit a police officer.
It was a truck.
Yeah, so they were driving, turned back and. Had almost a Dark Phoenix moment at the beginning of the movie, and it's like, you caused your son to now turn into the Scarlet Witch's son. See, that never would have happened if you would have paid attention, Mother. I blame you for that now.
The car flips.
Oh, does a tumble.
Hits a telephone pole on the door of where the kid is sitting.
Yep, smoked him.
The mom and dad are like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And they're like, "Yeah." And she's like, "How's William?" And he looks back and sees his kid, and William's bleeding.
And you can hear the heartbeat kind of fading, which is kind of sad in a way.
William's bleeding. You hear his heartbeat steadying and slowing down.
Right.
And he's like, William's bleeding. He's not doing good. We need to get somebody. He
gets
out,
crazy.
Tries to flag down a cop that's driving by.
And all the time you're hearing it.
And all you can hear, you still hear the heartbeat, and it's getting slower and slower and slower. And finally it stops. And then all of a sudden you hear Billy's voice.
That's child's name, damn it.
You hear Billy's voice. There's a reason I remember why it's Billy, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. You hear Billy's voice, and it says something like, "I found somewhere." And all of a sudden, Billy is, for those of you that don't remember, Billy is one of the two sons of Wanda. And when the thing imploded on itself after the battle was over and everything was done, it basically erased her kids from, because she created her kids. But it sounds like the soul that was created when she created them found its way into William's body.
Which that's
because William dies, his heart completely stops, and then all of a sudden he shoots away.
He's like brother or something. He goes brother, and that's my only. That might be my only big gripe about the whole show. It's like, I mean, I guess you need a vessel, but damn, that it had to go out like that. That's kind of a tragedy in itself. I mean, in a weird way. But.
So basically, at the end of it, so the way I remember, it's Billy and William. Bill is a nickname for somebody with the name Will.
Huh. Yeah. Okay.
So that's a fun little tie-in that they did.
Little tie-in that they did.
They named the main kid William.
Right.
So when Billy goes into him, it's pretty much just a nickname of Will.
Will.
And I only know this because I had a friend named Will, and we always called him Bill.
Really?
Yeah, and vice versa. Bills also have nicknames of Will. It's really weird how that plays out.
Right, but I guess that works. I guess, but that was probably like my only gripe about that episode. It's like, did it have to be? I don't know. Maybe how can I word this? Go ahead.
But then we go on, and it fast forwards like 3-4 years later, something like that. And
he's hearing their thoughts and shit too.
And so that's right. I skipped that whole part. So he's in the hospital. He's healing up. His parents are there. They tell him that it'll be a couple more days before he can go home, but he's doing fine. He's on the recovery, on the up and up, things like that. So then he does get home, and the parents are constantly thinking like, oh, this is going to change him forever. I really hope he's going to be okay. And it's just constant worry. But he's hearing their thoughts because, again, that is Wiccan's special power. Mm-hmm. That is Billy's special power, is he can hear people's thoughts. He's basically, if you think about it, it's kind of like Professor X.
I was saying Charles Xavier.
Or Jean Grey, for that matter.
Yeah, right. Because you can always hear their thoughts. So, yeah, he even got to the point he had an episode. He said, don't worry about me or something. He got like real mad about that.
So she's like, here, I'll get you some water. And she goes and she starts pouring the water. She's still worrying
she's
in
still
her head.
Blasting.
He's still worrying in his head. The parents are. And then finally he snaps. And he's like, stop worrying about me.
Stop worrying about me.
And they both just stop. And it gets quiet.
Because I'm an X-Men. No,
and then he's like, look, maybe you're right. I'm going to go up to my room, which is funny because they never said that.
Right.
And that was when they first, if you notice, Mom kind of had this worried look on her face, like, how did you know what I was thinking?
Right.
But he was like, don't worry
about it. But you can play no coincidence, though.
He was like, I'm going to go upstairs, like you'd mentioned, by myself, and maybe seeing my room will help.
And then he had to go to the mirror and say, I am Billy. I am Billy. He literally had... Oh, man. This whole story was crazy, to be honest. It's like, wow. Yeah.
Then it does the 3 years later thing, and it's him coming home from a date with his boyfriend.
Right.
And he can hear his boyfriend's thoughts. He's trying not to. You can see he's actively trying to not read his boyfriend's mind. Mm-hmm. And his boyfriend is like thinking about, I want to tell him that I love him, but I'm kind of nervous. What if he doesn't say it back? Stuff like that. And finally, William looks at him, and he's like, I have something I need to tell you. And then his boyfriend's like, I need something I gotta tell you too. And he's like, all right. So, he's like, just to let you know, I'm a little weird. I don't remember all the things that he has said.
Right.
He said, I remember him saying, I'm not exactly who everyone thinks I was 3 years ago.
Right.
But he goes on to say, I don't know who I am.
Right.
But I know I'm not really William.
Right.
And
that's the boyfriend was like, well, then who are you?
But then he's like, but I do want you to know that I love you too. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden his boyfriend's like, too?
He's like, well, what, you too?
And he's like, no, I mean, I love you.
And because this gonna play on because he said, I gotta show you something. And I was like, oh shit, this is what he said. I show him all that shit that he was writing down.
So then he goes inside his house, and as he comes in, his parents stop him like, "Hey, how was it?" And he's like, "Oh, it was fine." And they're like, "Well, that's cool. Did so and so want to come in and say hi or anything?" He's like, "No, he had to get home to do some homework." And at this moment, I was actually really happy because I am so tired of all of these shows because it happens in life more than it should. Mm-hmm. I was happy to see that it is a religious family who backs him for being who he is.
Right, because that Usually that normally doesn't happen. I mean, I guess because shows push that narrative, though.
I was talking to Kat about it, and apparently Jewish families are usually more open to things like that.
Right, compared to Catholic and Baptist.
To, like, Catholic and Baptist families. Right. But even still...
He's like, I was going to make him his favorite dish.
I know so many people who I had grown up with, who I have known throughout my history, that have always said, if I have kids and they end up gay, I'm going to disown them, or things like that. And here's the thing. I even told my kids this jokingly at one point. Actually, this past weekend, I don't think you were in the car when I had mentioned it because it was on the way home. I joked with both of my kids on the way home from the haunted house.
No, we drove separately, remember?
Right. Yeah. Where I had mentioned, I was like, hey, whether one of you ends up being in a gay relationship, both of you ends up being in a gay relationship, I don't care, just as long as one of you have an accident and get really drunk one night and have a kid.
That is so fucked, but so true.
But then I told him, I said, look, I'm kidding.
Right.
At the end of the day, I just want you guys to be happy.
Happy. All right.
That's all that matters to me, is my kids being happy. And again, my daughter's got a girlfriend.
Right.
My son's got a girlfriend.
Right.
So, it's...
Don't break my children's heart, though, because they'll have to come out. No, I'm just kidding. This doesn't be like... No,
I've still got 8 acres to bury.
Right. That's the only thing I care about. Hey, what did you say? You break my sister's part, I'll break your neck. So no, let me...
But the one thing I will never understand is... basically turning your back on your child for being
there's a lot of parents out here in real life that will do it.
I just don't get it. No matter what my kids do, they could end up being mass murderers. I'm still gonna love my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to suffer the consequences and go to jail. But
I mean, why'd you kill 50 people? I love them, but why could you love them? They're my children.
They're my kids.
It is what it is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna join jail with them. I'm in prison with them.
Yeah. The only reason they're in jail is because I'm in jail. You know, we tried to bury them all.
It all started with the 2 girlfriends, and we just said, we can kill a lot of these people, man. They will never.
But no, I was just super happy at this moment.
Yeah, I was like,
cool at least the parents are okay with it, like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is kind of this is Disney anyway. Because now if it was in the other show, like this was on CW or. That's W50/50, but like MTV or whatever, or all the places, they probably would have that. I don't talk to my parents anymore. It's like, oh, we're going down that narrative, aren't we? At least Disney's always trying to push the diversity and.
Do you have to lick your butthole on screen, dude?
Oh, now he don't want to move now.
Now he's looking at his leg. He's like, fine. Anyways, So yeah,
but yeah, they're happy.
Then he goes upstairs, and then I don't remember exactly how it happens, but later on, him and his boyfriend are watching something on a computer screen. Yeah, because he
said he had to show him something and all that. Because remember, you say you love me, right? So I'm gonna show you. This gonna sound crazy as fuck, but you're gonna love me, right?
But they go online, they find the Black Lady Witch. She's selling lotions and stuff online.
Well, it was like a YouTube ad. It was like an ad. And they said, "Oh, I love her. She looks good." So it was like a hint to her and all. Just like the Chinese, it was the police officer.
Right. Yeah. The Chinese lady was the police officer that save her. Yeah. Save him. Yeah. Being pulled out of the car.
Right. So they're showing you all these witches.
So all the witches at some point had been involved in his life.
Right. Some point.
And then of course, the video that he's actually showing his boyfriend. Is a video of the fight between Agatha and Wanda, and you see in one of the paused stills the sigil that is up on the inside of the dome.
Right, he's showing like a weird Y or something. Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember on WandaVision, she had basically forced Agatha to throw special powers at her.
Right.
But she was floating in places
to put
that was making her draw sigils around the entirety of the dome.
Right. Which that in case caused the dome to collapse. But yeah.
Right. Well, no, the dome didn't collapse from that. That made Agatha lose all her power.
Right. Okay.
And then after she put the spell on Agatha to make her normal, she made the dome disappear at the end.
Oh, okay, right. Because then that's when she pulled on her whole getup and all that stuff. Which, I say, it still looked good on her. You know, I wasn't a big fan of WandaVision that much. Still looked good on her. To the T.
But yeah, so, and then that kind of leads up. All of that eventually leads up to the end of the episode where he's standing on the witch's road.
Right. You forgot about Rock Boulder.
Oh yeah, I don't care. It's not a part that matters.
But it's also
it's fun, but it doesn't really matter.
He's like, it's the best part. We actually see Quicksilver again.
So
look, I know he tried to look. He like me now. He tried to get to the end of this because he don't like flashbacks. But this is actually pretty funny.
They get to there's a point before all that where
they meet with
they meet with a special person in secret, and this person like walks. And I knew as soon as they
we knew.
As soon as they said, "Hey, we're meeting with somebody."
It's the only one.
I knew who it was.
He said he took my house. She took everything. I'm like, damn, Agatha.
They meet up, and he like walks in.
He walks on mysterious.
It's a dark car park. He's putting like pieces of paper over
cameras.
The cameras.
He's one of them crazy people with the barrel.
Yeah, so that nobody can see it.
Right. I told you the world was coming to an end. He's that person.
The two boys get out of the car to walk up and talk to him, and right at the beginning of them starting to talk, a car starts in the
He said, "Get down!"
And he says, "Get down!" And they all duck.
He's like, "The fuck happened?"
They leave. And they're like, "All right, we're good."
We're good. Right. He said,
but it's boner.
It's Evan Peters. Yeah.
And basically, he's telling him, he's like, "Hey, Agatha took like."
I mean, I get it. It doesn't matter. But I just find it fascinating because he said Agatha took everything from him.
Yeah.
During the time, so it's basically put on that Agatha's not trusting.
At first, he was just talking about the events that happened. He didn't mention Agatha.
Yeah, not yet.
And then eventually, in his mind, he thought, "Man, I really hope he doesn't ask about Agatha."
And then that's when
William was like, "What about Agatha?"
He said, "Man, I told you to ask you about that." He didn't want to ask that question.
It's like, damn it, I was hoping you were
right. He said, "Damn." I mean, then it puts some more non-trust on Agatha, actually. Like, she's evil as fuck, bro. Like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Very evil.
Then he goes on to tell her about Agatha controlling his life.
Yeah. Took his house. Jesus. And his, he had like a music collection to, like, what the hell you need music for, lady? Damn, he done took all his shit, man. So that is his house that they're robbing from. So that's wonderful. Now we move to the thing where they rob it.
And then towards the end of the episode, it shows that he snuck into Agatha's house to steal the locket thing.
Yeah.
She was still in cop mode before she snapped out of it. She chases him down.
He meets the cat. Hart. Meets Hart.
Yeah.
So that's another one. He met all these people.
He runs into Miss Hart, and she called him a hoodlum or some shit like that.
Which that's
Agatha catches him, ties him into a chair, doesn't tie him, sets him down in a chair.
Sets him down in a chair, yeah.
And as they're sitting there talking, she threatens him at some point.
Yeah. So you're going to the slammer, bucko.
And the funniest thing is she legit thinks she's a cop.
Oh yeah, we went back to Cop Agatha.
And
I love it.
She had a hose head in her holster, thinking it was a real gun. She sees it as a real gun.
As a real gun, and it wasn't.
And it was not.
I'm just going to watch episode 1 all over again, because that's funny. She thinks it's a holster or a gun. That's funny.
And so they're sitting there, and she starts to walk away, and all of a sudden he pulls out this little book that he had and holds the pen in and starts speaking a spell. And it's a spell that's supposed to free her mind of whatever it was that Wanda did to her. It obviously doesn't work immediately, but basically she ties him up, puts him in the closet.
And then puts the tape on it.
And then
I want to hear you speak.
And then after, and then
like a day.
They kind of basically fast forward to after the fight between her and
Rio and all them
and Blackheart. She opens up the closet and there he is.
And that's literally how that ends. I mean, well, then they go back to the Witch's Road and and then he crushes this.
He crushes the
he crushes it because now he can actually say his name now.
And that's how the episode ends. So then the next episode picks up.
This one was kind of confusing, but then after rewatching it twice, I finally now understand it. And
Wanda basically raises herself out of the mud that he threw her into, which is funny because she's the only one capable of doing it.
Not Wanda, that was Agatha.
I'm sorry. Wanda's dead. Maybe.
Dead. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. With the Dark Heart. I mean, the Dark Hold. whatever. Fuck it.
But yeah, so Agatha raises herself out of the mud, which is funny because, like I said, she's the only one able to do it.
Yep.
And of course, they still make it seem like the other two had died. They obviously didn't by the end of the episode. One of them does.
Yay.
But
I'm happy. That's 3 people dead. I'm happy.
So a conversation goes on between her and Billy. And she's explaining to him, like, I knew who you were.
Right.
You have the same tells as your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do the same things that your mom does.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, that's okay, I can do this without you. And
at first I said, could he? And I said, but nah, he don't really know where to kind of go.
The problem is he doesn't know how to control his power. It only works when he's really mad.
Right.
And Agatha knows this.
Right.
So they walk together,
right.
And then you also start getting another story that's going on at the same time, and this is where things get
kind of weird, but
a little confusing.
I get behind it with what's going on. It's like she's reliving her own visions in a weird way.
So,
because she's like falling, which ironically, that's going to play a factor.
They're all falling underground into this area. I say they all. It's the old lady witch and the black witch.
One. But how she's falling is going to play a back. How she's going to fall in at the end of this episode. But,
right.
Yeah.
But they get underground. And we'll actually come back to their story in a minute. I want to.
Yeah.
We'll just tell
because it's like 2 parts going on at the same time. Really 4 or 5 parts because she's telling her like something that obviously it's something she told back then. But yeah.
And when I try to explain it to you, it's going to sound really confusing later. But we'll get there. So.
So they make it to the castle.
Basically, Agatha and Billy see this big castle. They decide they're going to go into the castle. They go into the castle, and all of a sudden,
shit castle.
It's great because Billy is dressed up like Maleficent.
Right.
And Agatha is dressed up like the Wicked Witch of the West.
From Wizard of Oz.
From Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
And they're in a room, and there's this big table in the middle of the room with 2 chairs. And Agatha is like, I wonder if this has something to do with it. And she picks up a stack of tarot cards. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, this hourglass flips upside down.
Yep. Upside down.
And they decide they're going to run a tarot session. And it starts off with Billy saying, okay, I'll read your future. Mm-hmm. And he lays a card down and tries to explain what the card's doing. A sword falls from the ceiling. And that's when they look up.
Right.
And they realize that there's this huge circular ceiling full of swords.
Right. Not only falling, but it's coming down.
Well, at first it wasn't coming down.
Right. First. My bad. Yeah.
The first sword just falls, and it lands kind of behind one of them.
Yeah.
And they look at it. And so then he reads the next one, and another sword falls. And at this point, Agatha looks around, and then she looks up, and they look at the swords again, and then it starts to slowly come down.
Right.
And he gets another one wrong. Another sword falls. And at this point, Agatha reaches across the table, and she's like, you're doing this too slow. We don't have time. And she starts just slamming cards down on the table in different places. That's not what you're supposed to do either. Hoping one of them was going to land. Like, she's just trying to get them to land in the right place. And at this point, a sword falls down.
Near Billy. And he jumps out of the chair, and it lands in the chair. So, we're going to stop here with this story. Yep.
And this is where we're going to start talking about what's going on with the other 2 ladies. And
because they're walking.
Basically, to give you guys a rundown of what's been happening with the old lady. If you've been paying attention through the entirety of the series,
this whole series,
there are a bunch of random moments
where she just stops.
Where she screams something out loud out of nowhere.
Right, like, Agatha, stop, or something.
That makes just no sense.
And you're like, what?
And every time it's happened, I've always been like, I've thought that she's seeing something going on, but I didn't piece it together the way that it worked
out. Right, because she's warning herself, which that's odd. Like, from different paths, you're warning yourself. Like, one mind here. That's creepy.
But she, throughout the entire series, has been just yelling and saying random things out of nowhere that just makes no sense with anything that's going on. And it comes to find out what's going on is, throughout everything, including her life prior to this show, she has moments of blackouts where she doesn't see what's going on. And it's because she's living life out of order. She's living life in a way that Tarantino might write a movie.
Right.
For those of you that don't know, if you ever go and you watch Pulp Fiction, Pulp Fiction is a movie that is told completely out of order.
Out of order.
And you have to put it you have to put the order together. And piece it together in your own head.
I was going to say Groundhog Day too.
It was no, because Groundhog Day just
it's a repeat
the same day.
But she's having visions of herself. Okay.
And she's not repeating things. She's living things out of order.
Out of order. Okay.
The only other time I've seen this done in media besides Pulp Fiction, and it worked extremely well. If you've ever played a game called Beyond Good and Evil,
I've heard of it, but I haven't played it.
Is it Beyond Good and Evil? Hold on, let me make sure I got the right game here. No, it's not Beyond Good and Evil. I'm sorry. Hold on. It's done by Quantic Dream. List of Quantic Dream games. Not Indigo Prophecy. Beyond Two Souls.
Okay.
That's the game. So Beyond Two Souls is a game that when you play it, if you've ever played a Quantic Dream game, Quantic Dream? Yeah, Quantic Dream. They're the ones that do the games that are Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain,
right? Okay.
Beyond Two Souls, things like that. Okay. Indigo Prophecy was a game that they made, and they're storytelling games.
Right. Each
and you make decisions.
Right.
And for those of you that have ever played, one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life was playing Detroit Become Human at the same time.
That was cool.
At the same time, a coworker of mine was playing it,
mm-hmm.
and him and I both beat the game within the same time frame as each other,
right.
and when we went to go talk about the game, he had a completely different outcome than I did.
Right.
He wasn't even in the same place that I was at the end of his playthrough. And I was like, that is so cool how they did that.
Well, we all met up at the end, though. Right.
So with that being said, Beyond Two Souls is one of their games. It was actually the last game that they had made before Detroit Become Human. And it's a game that is told out of order. If you buy the special edition, which I do have, you can choose to play it in order.
Oh, okay.
If you want.
So you can play just as stories tell. Okay, that's
but I feel like it ruins the game
because like the whole point is
the way they tell the way that they tell the story out of order, it eventually evens up, and it's where once it finally clicks and it makes sense, it makes sense, and you're like, oh my god, that is crazy. Whereas if you're just playing it in order, you're just like, you're kind of cheapening the experience.
Right.
So anyways, now that we've got past that, that's kind of what's happening with her. Is she's going through and she's living life completely out of order. There's a lot of her as a kid, her as an adult, her as training to become a tarot person.
When they first meet Agatha in the house.
Meeting Agatha in the house, meeting...
at the Richest Road, or the Richest Road on both the time.
And when I say she's living life completely out of order, like, so they're underground, and her and the other witch are walking and talking together, and as she's explaining something to her, she's like, yeah, you already told me.
Right, she said... They're going to a trial with Billy. She said, why? Like, with trial with Billy, she said, you told me this already.
Yeah. You told me this a few seconds ago.
And then at first I was kind of confused. I was like, when the hell is she... I was like, okay, they're going to do a flash on this one a little bit.
And this basically plays itself out in a way that she's learning and re-finding who she is.
Right.
Throughout this entire thing. And she gets to the point where they are in the house or in the castle, with Agatha.
Like the first go around, I guess, in a weird way.
With Agatha and Billy.
Yeah.
And she's dressed up as the Good Witch.
The Good Witch, and then the Black Witch dressed as
Wizard of Oz.
As the witch with the apple from Snow White.
Correct. Right. Which, hers didn't make sense.
I didn't get... Unless it's a trial after hers. Unless it's something that's going to deal with her shit when they get to her trial.
So here's what didn't make sense to me. There's tons of witches that she could have been dressed up as.
Of course.
Being a conniving witch doesn't make sense because everybody else, I feel like, kind of represented the witches that they were.
Yeah. Unless
she's not as good as we think
she is. Right. Unless this next
Unless she's been extremely deceiving this whole time.
But I mean, in a way... In these last couple of episodes, she hasn't really been trustworthy of any of them, actually. It makes me think she probably is a deceitful person.
What if she's actually working for Death?
I'm just saying, like, maybe that's why she's dressed like that for a reason. Maybe she struck
a deal with her.
Right, to get out. Oh,
get out.
If that's how okay, then I respect it. I'll respect her life.
Because if you remember, she wanted to get out when they were underground.
Yep. She never wanted to come back.
Because she was like, look, that's how we can get out of here.
Right.
And
she said it. She said, there's the exit.
And she was like, yeah, but I need you.
I need you to go that way.
I need you to help me go this way.
I'm going to forget.
So we can help them.
Right. Because she said, she broke it down. She said, because in about a couple minutes, I'm going to forget. And she said, fine. Like, she didn't want to do it. She was really trying to go. Yeah, nah, she's, yeah. No, I think that's probably fit for her.
Maybe she struck a deal with death and is like, hey, if I get everyone to you, will you let me go?
Like the Matrix, the first movie, where he said, if I give everybody all the death sentences, I go back to La La Land. So, yeah, maybe that's what happened.
So, we'll see.
Yo. Because I was kind of confused. I said, unless she's going to be evil for these next 2 episodes. Because I was like, well, she hasn't really shown... Unless I missed it, she has not shown me anything that gave me any hint that she was a good witch at all. Because she didn't like any of them at all. At least to my knowledge.
Right.
She might have respected the older witch, but she didn't even like the older witch either. She didn't like her either.
No, so...
I mean, yeah, these are cast characters I didn't like.
So like I said, they make it into the castle, and at first...
Right.
She sits at the table with Agatha.
Right.
Or not with Agatha, with Billy. And she says, okay, I'm going to give Billy the reading.
Right, first it was Billy.
And everybody's like, just do the reading. She says, no, he has to ask me a question.
Right.
And it has to be one worth answering.
Right.
And then finally...
that shit was still coming.
And it's still coming down. And finally he goes, all right, fine. Am I William or am I Billy?
And
it stops. The swords are no longer coming down. And she's like, apparently that's a good question. So she starts flipping over the cards. But as she's flipping over the cards, the swords are continuing to
fall down.
So they're still saying, they're telling her she's not reading the cards right. Which
she gets tackled by Agatha. Yeah.
She was reading the cards right.
She was reading the card right.
But she was basically reading the wrong person.
Right. But then we got to pause on that story. Because then we got to go back to the damn cave. Because that's when the 7 were in there. Yeah. Right. Then we get back to them falling again. Boom.
So she goes to flip over one of the other cards. Another sword is falling, but it's about to hit her.
And that's when Agatha
tackles her to save her.
Right. And then she said, Agatha, stop. And then it jumps her to the first witch's trial in the room.
Yeah. So, but it does go back again, and it does show that the Salem 7.
Salem 7. I thought it was witch. So Salem 7 are coming. Yeah.
Were in the underground passageway.
Right. Because they were still following them.
And they lost them.
That's why I thought it was kind of like Groundhog Day, but I mean, in a weird way, I thought it was like that.
It also showed during all of this, I think a little bit before, because we completely skipped over this, which we shouldn't have. She saw, while the Black Witch was still out, she actually ran across the Blackheart.
Death.
And she reveals herself as Death.
Which she said, don't you recognize me? I said, and yo, she looked grotesque as fuck. I mean, I still date it though, but damn, you look grotesque as hell, lady. Right. She had the whole like skeleton face on and everything, and something in her hands too. Like I thought she had something in her hand, like a dagger or something.
It was her knife. Her knife she had in the beginning of the thing.
She said, "You don't remember me? We was doing the trials together." And I said, "Death holds no bonds out here. That's why Wicca couldn't do no power because she's deaf."
Wait a minute.
What's up? What are you thinking, man? What you thinking? Mm-hmm.
I want to see something.
Sure.
I'm gonna pause the video real quick. So yeah. She confronts Death.
Mm-hmm.
Death is like, you've seen who I am, you know who I am, blah blah.
Right. She said, I've been here all the time.
The problem is, and this is why I looked. I wanted to go see if it was the older witch or the Black Witch that runs into her, because the one thing that confuses me about this one little segment is we never see how they get away from her.
Oh, right.
Because it's like she's there, she's talking to him, she's like, don't you recognize me? And then it skips back over to what's going on in the main room of everybody doing what they're doing, and we never revisit. So we have no clue how she got away from Death. Now, will we find out later?
Probably. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I'm not saying maybe not, actually.
Maybe they don't deem it a reason enough for us to get back into it.
Right, because Death is here. Because when I see Death, I said, shit, wasn't about to die. I just didn't know who was going to die. I was like...
So, basically what ends up happening is she ends up reading Agatha.
Right.
And every little thing that she's laying down is no longer dropping swords. And she's basically telling Agatha her whole path of what's going on.
Uh-huh.
And she finally gets to the tower reversed, and it finally stops. The tower keeps getting lower and lower.
Right, because it got to
and then the last card is death, and she pulls it out. Agatha reaches out, grabs the card, slams it on the table because everyone's about to become a shish kebab.
And then, by the grace of magic, it
raises back up.
Raises back up, and then the what's that torch thing where you get hit?
It's an Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. That's when it opened up.
There's an Iron Maiden that opens up, which is how everybody gets out. Or
she forgives Billy too, because at first she was like attacking Billy at first. She
forgave Billy for everything that had happened.
Right.
And then Agatha's the first one that goes through the Iron Maiden.
Of course.
And she tells Agatha, she says,
"It's about a punch, right?"
No. She says, when someone tells you to watch out, when so and so tells you to watch out, duck.
Duck.
And Agatha walks off, which that'll obviously pay out
in the next 2 episodes.
Sometime in the next 2 episodes.
Right.
And then Billy goes to walk through.
Gave her like the book.
She gives him the book because she'd found his book in the tunnels.
In the tunnel.
And he was so thankful for that, and she told him good luck, and he goes off. And then as the Black Witch is about to approach, she's like, "I'm not going to go through until you go through."
She said, "But I got to stay behind or something."
And she tells her, she says, "You're needed in the next one."
Because let me tell you something, you might die too.
No, she says, "You're the high priestess."
Yeah, you're the high priestess. So yeah, because Rio wants you there. Death wants you there.
So she goes to the Iron Maiden and she closes it behind
her. She said, "What you doing?" And she closed. Because the Salem were right there waiting for her.
And then you see all these animals walk into the room.
Yep, birds, foxes, all of them.
And the tower wasn't reversed yet. She laid down a normal tower. And there's a reason I have to correct myself on that. So, she goes through, and as all the animals come into the room, which is ironic, witches. By the way, because of the whole, I think Snow White, where the old, she's able to talk to animals. Everyone shows up as animals. And they've definitely been mirroring a lot of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And there's something else that she pointed out to me that I will bring up here in a moment that I had not noticed, that I thought was really cool. So, the animals turn into the Salem 7. They all...
And she was chanting. She was chanting something.
And she's saying some sort of
she's
like
poem, like a poem. Right.
And then she flips the tower upside down.
And then the hourglass goes back up.
The hourglass goes back up, and the tower itself flips and causes all the witches to fall onto the swords. Now I'm telling you right now, they're not dead.
No.
It ain't that easy.
Nah. They've been around for thousands and thousands and thousands. You need to be magic sucking powers. But you can slow them down, though.
You annoyed them.
Yeah, you slowed them down.
And they're going to have to find a way to get out of the swords.
Right.
But for now, she does that. But when she does it, she holds on to this table. And she's just holding on for a second.
And I said, please.
And then finally she just lets go. And she goes to fall. And she falls in the exact same way she was falling in the beginning of the episode. And then obviously before she hits the swords, they're not going to let us see her get hit by the swords. There's a reason. I think it would be crazy if she doesn't die. And maybe something saves her specifically from dying here that we don't see. But here's why I don't think that happened. I just wanted to see you cringe.
Because you know I'm about to lose my shit. Bro, you are right. I tell you, bro. This is a good series. Please don't fuck it up for me.
I am pretty sure she dies. Because when it happens and the screen goes black and you don't see her land, the next thing you see is her as a kid.
Yeah.
Sitting down at the table with...
the old lady, because the old lady's dead.
That is supposed to... that trains her.
Yeah, because she saw her in that.
And she says,
"Yeah,
how can I help you, my child?"
Right.
And if you remember, the story that she's been telling this whole time is she doesn't live life in order.
Right.
So now she's gone from the end to the beginning. So she's just going to live through either everything again, or it's just the next part of her life, is living the beginning of her life.
Right, a whole new life altogether.
So I thought that was some pretty cool symbolism. And then that is how that ends.
Yeah.
And the episode's over.
Yep.
And then they played a really, really, really good song that ties into all of it. I don't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so good.
And she closed her eyes too. Like she woke. At first I was like, they're gonna try to save this woman. I was like, and then they let her go. I didn't think they were gonna let her go. Hey, you surprised me, Disney. I didn't think, because the way how they made it seem like, it's like, okay, maybe she can kind of put the card back and flip it.
They let everyone else die.
You know what?
How's she gonna flip the card? All the cards fell.
I thought all the cards fell.
Yeah, when it flipped, all the cards fell.
Oh, she couldn't put. Oh, never mind. Shit, never mind. I thought it was like a Disney thing. She's like, okay, I'm about to put the card. Bow. Maybe it's the Tower of plot armor, and bow. I'm back. Okay, cool. I can go save them now. I can be the good witch that I can be. It's like.
Oh yeah, I love, by the way, that when she showed up in the good witch uniform, she said, "This is like heresy or something like." She didn't like being dressed up as the good witch.
No.
She said something like, "This is offensive" or something. It was
funny.
It's offensive. It was very funny.
She said offensive.
Just
like the broom, riding the broomstick. She said, "That's so cliche."
Yeah. So next week, both the last 2 episodes come out.
Yeah, because it's Halloween. They want to drop all this about Halloween.
The day before Halloween.
So you can watch all over again.
And I'm going to tell you guys right now. Obviously, it's a TV show.
Yeah.
A TV show can go extremely south depending on how it ends.
Yeah.
Just as a prime example, over on a horror channel that I am running currently, I am watching through the Twilight Zone, and I am struggling with a lot of the story endings.
That's because you know what?
Listen, if you're okay with those endings and you don't want people to survive in this, there's something wrong with you.
Listen,
because they're the same thing.
Listen, Twilight Zone is goated. This is why it comes on around 4th of July and New Year's Eve. And if sometimes those a marathon, bitch. And then he'll be like, well, we're going to watch Jordan Peele. That's not besides the point. He took it from Rod Sterling, you stupid hoe.
He didn't take anything from Rod Sterling.
Yeah, he
Rod
did.
Sterling is dead. He didn't take nothing.
Look, he said, well, I can take some of his stories and flip it. I know, motherfucker, because that's really Rod Sterling, bitch. You think I don't know what you doing, Jordan? You know what your stupid ass? You think I don't know? I'm talking about,
but no.
It's going to be this. Okay, bro.
But to give you guys a more modern example, how many, and this is a big one. What's that fucking show everybody loved?
Limits? What?
Winter is Coming.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So Game of Thrones is another one of those shows.
You didn't like that either.
I haven't seen it. I can't tell you if I like it or not.
Yeah, you see, okay. Yeah.
And honestly, I would probably love it because I love medieval stuff.
Yeah, with dragons and shit. Yeah, that might be right up your alley.
But I haven't watched it, but I have heard that it ends very poorly. Like, it ruined the series for a lot of people. Now, there are some people...
Not ruined the series, but it ruined that season, though.
There are some people that liked the ending and didn't think it was as bad as what other people made it seem.
It could have been better.
But...
it just ended like that. And it's like, okay, well, that's sad.
Yeah, that's just a more modern example of a series can be ruined.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the end of a couple episodes.
A movie could be ruined. Just the ending of the movie. So,
like, how many times have you watched a movie that you were like, man, this is really good, and then the end happened, and you're like...
The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
That was not... See, I loved that. Now, I will say, the one we agreed on was it Agnes?
Yes. Yeah. What?
Is that what it was called? Like, we were enjoying this movie, it was decent... And then all of a sudden...
the door. Yeah. I forgot the title of it. She opened the door, and then we didn't know what the hell was in it.
Well, no.
We were sitting right there, we were trying to watch it.
That wasn't the one.
That wasn't the one?
So remember, I think we watched that one the same day. But remember, we're sitting there watching it. They kill off the main villain. But then there's like another 45 minutes to an hour of a movie left. And they make you seem like the main lady in the movie... It's like building up to her going to confront something, and then she meets her boyfriend or husband or the guy that she's talking to. I'm sorry, priest, maybe. She meets him in
yes, you threw your hat!
In a restaurant. She meets him in a restaurant.
He was so mad.
They're sitting there and they're having a conversation, and then all of a sudden the screen goes black and it goes to credits.
She said, I'm going to join to become a priest or something. Or fight it.
The screen goes black and it goes to credits. I went, what the was that? I was so mad.
That was priceless. I'm up here like.
Because you're invested. You're like, it was a decent story.
It actually set it up perfectly.
It was a decent story. And then it just ends out of nowhere. There's no conclusion.
Because she said, well, what happened to this person? What happened to that person? And then I'm realizing, wait, they're monologuing it. They're not actually showing it. So I'm always like, oh no, don't tell me this how this ends. Because they're in there saying, well, what happened to the priest? He said, oh, well, he's now doing this. And I said, okay. What happened to the demon? Well, the demon went out, and now she's in the psyche ward. I'm like, oh, no.
I think that was called Agnes.
And I was like, oh, my, no. Because once they started monologuing, I said, oh, we're in trouble. That means it's about to end. That means they ran out of the budget.
That was the movie.
Agnes. Because I said, Nick, they're about to run out of the budget. The budget done ran out.
It's currently on Hulu. Apparently, you can also watch it on Disney+.
Jesus Christ.
Probably through Hulu, if you combine Hulu with Disney+.
But we sat there, and we were invested. They had the demon attacking, and it was attacking all the nuns. But then they were sitting there, and I knew this is
Did you know Sean Gunn was in that movie?
What was he? Was he like a priest?
So was Rachel True. They actually had quite a few really good actors in that movie that I didn't recognize at the time.
But...
You know who Rachel True is, don't you?
No. Who's she? Who's she look like?
Oh, you probably... Okay, I don't know. If you watched any of the horror biographies or documentaries that they put on TV, she's always in them.
Oh, okay.
That's why I recognize her.
But once they started sitting down, and it ends off with this weird little thing, though, because remember, she saw the demon in the house, and then she ran to the diner, and I thought maybe they were going to try to get help, or maybe try to take this down, and then they started explaining, well, the demon jumped, and all that, and blah, blah. It's like they were trying to set up for a part 2. It seemed like they were trying to set up for a part 2 to this movie. Because she's like, well, then I'm going to join back and become a priest and take on the demon, and then fade to black. Because she started explaining, well, the priests and all them, they did other things, and I was like, okay, that means they ran out. I was going to say, Nick, the budget ran out. That's why. The budget ran out. So as the budget ran out, that was it, man.
At least that's the only thing that can make sense.
They ran out that budget.
It has to be, because that movie did not end.
Because when and everybody's, and you know what's funny, you read the reviews out there like, oh, I love the movie. I'm like, you did? Well, we watch, and then after the same night we watched that other movie, that black and white movie, which was really good, and then it ended poorly because she opens the door and we don't even know what's in that bitch. It just is her dying, I guess. I don't know. It's like, so we're not going to even know what was in that door. So that's what I'm saying. So those are examples of watching something and then you don't get your hopes up. It's like, I guess. You give us this build up and it's like, what the fuck? What was the purpose of this movie? But yeah, that's just what happened though. So overall, I hope at the end of this, what are your predictions and all that?
I don't really have any.
On the fact that Death wants to kill everybody.
I think everybody really wants Wanda to show up, and I don't think she will.
If she does show up, it's gonna be for a split second.
I don't think she will.
That's what everybody's wanting. They want to see Wanda to see if she can. Which I don't know where I don't see where that would make sense.
Wanda needs to not show up until
her solo movie, really.
She
can show up in Avengers if she wants to. Another stuff.
You can do. You want me to tell you exactly where I think, and this is again spitballing here.
Yeah, of course.
And I think this would be super dope. The next Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Agatha needs to go to the Dark Dimension to do whatever it is she's going to be doing.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure that's where Death's going to be.
Right.
Because they're going to have to tie Death into somebody else.
Right, because Death's supposed to be like this big thing.
Well, the problem is Death is supposed to be tied to Thanos.
Right.
Thanos is dead.
Right.
Can't go that route. So, I think there's a chance they tie her to Dormammu.
Okay. Right, which we talked about last time.
It may be in a relationship sense. It might not be. I'm not saying it has to be in the same category as what... And if you guys remember in the comics, I don't even think Thanos and Death necessarily were dating. He was obsessed with her.
Fascinated with her.
and he wanted to be with her.
Right.
And he kept thinking, if I do this, this, and this for her, she'll like me.
Like me more. Right.
We may be getting the same thing. And maybe what Dormammu ends up doing with Death, trying to get her interest and stuff like that. This is where I think Wanda needs to come in, because I feel like
because now we're just Death, yeah.
Wanda and Agatha are going to need to help Doctor Strange and Clea stop Death and Dormammu.
Yeah.
On whatever they're going to do, but
because now that you brought Death in here, this is something way bigger now.
And it maybe it's not even Dormammu, maybe it's Mephisto.
Right.
Right, and actually, it'd probably make more sense for Mephisto and Death to be working together, and that would make even more sense in terms of needing the four of Strange, Clea.
Hell, you might need to get Doctor Doom, because then at one point Doctor Doom was with Scarlet Witch for a brief second.
I hope not. So Strange, Clea. It would just be weird.
It'd be weird, would it? Yeah.
I don't think they need to do that in the movies. So, but yeah.
I hope not, but they might.
I think it's gonna, and honestly, this would probably be a good time. Could you imagine Wanda showing up? Okay.
With her kids?
No, not even with her kids. Maybe with her kids. We'll see. But yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of, all of a sudden Wanda shows up, but she shows up with White Vision.
Yeah, and not the other Vision. Right.
And so Vision helps them out.
Right.
As well.
Remember, we got this Vision quest.
It can't be the other Vision. The other Vision's dead.
We can rebuild him. But they got Vision Quest. Maybe that Vision Quest is supposed to be finding Wanda.
But she shows up with Vision.
Right.
They do this in the movie, and then Vision Quest is, how did we get here? Then it becomes just a whole...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Vision Quest can literally be how we get to find Wanda.
Her.
Right.
Right. And if they wanted to do Vision Quest Season 2, and I think this is another good idea.
Yeah, they can do it.
Maybe Vision Quest Season 2 is him and Wanda teaming up to try and find their kids.
Yep.
Because maybe at the end of this season of Agatha All Along, Wiccan and Speedster, or whatever her fucking brother's name is. What is the other kid's
Quicksilver.
It's not Quicksilver.
No,
Quicksilver.
No, the brother. Oh, shit. I don't even know.
Speed? His name is Speed. That's such a dumb fucking name. So yeah, Wiccan and Speed.
Your name is Speed. What? You sure? Ooh, okay. I see. I have a little theory. I see Billy dying at the end.
I don't think so.
Or at least that version of Billy. What if that version of Billy dies?
Maybe that body.
That body.
But I still don't think so.
Okay, because maybe that body goes and maybe.
Could you imagine? Another spitball.
Yeah.
We got to get them all out now because both the last two episodes show up.
Right, because we have all of them die at the end.
Could you imagine this? He's going along the road.
Yeah.
Maybe his brother didn't find another body. Maybe his brother is traveling through the universe trying to figure out how to become a regular person. What if Billy, hears the voice of his brother, but also hears the voice of the original William, and lets William come back into his body.
And then Billy leaves.
To go find his brother.
Right.
So that still keeps William.
Right. Okay, yeah. Because I said like not die, but like what if he leaves?
And how weird is it going to be if he comes back and he's like, I'm gay?
If they push that, I don't know what I would think about that. I think that'd be funny. That'd be kind of funny, but that'd be fucked up.
Could you imagine leaving your body and coming back and be like, wait, what?
I kissed a dude? Oh, shit.
What did I do?
What? I was just talking to Jim. That's why I said I hated episode 7. Because how do you know he was gay? How did you know he was gay in episode 7?
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was gay.
I think Billy is.
I think Billy's gay, but I don't think William was gay. And that's what... Oh, man, that'd be so fucked up. You said I wore what clothing? A dress? I don't wear that shit.
So...
No, that'd be fucked up.
But no. It's just a fun idea. Maybe,
no, but I think Billy...
Maybe he leaves.
Yeah, I think Billy leaves,
Will takes his body back. Willingly, obviously.
Yeah, willingly, yeah.
Puns intended.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Billy goes to find his brother. Or to be with his brother who can't be in a body.
you see like the little kid Billy from WandaVision, and then just dips out and then goes to find his brother.
So,
and who knows? You might find his mother too. But yeah,
it'll be interesting because there's a lot that could happen. Well, again, we got 2 full episodes left.
I still don't trust the black, and that's so racist. I still don't trust that black witch.
I really need to learn their fucking names so I can stop calling them black
their
witch
race.
And old white witch
old
and the Asian
white
witch.
the Asian. That white Karen witch.
Hold on, let me.
Look, please look up her name because I just said that's so racist. I'm saying I think we can't trust the black witch. Golly, bro. What's her name, man? Oh man.
Sashir?
Oh, Zamir. Shazir
Zamata.
Zamata. She's from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's her actual name.
Yeah, that's her actual. Damn. Yeah,
I thought that was her. Why did they do that to me? Okay, so
yeah, that's her actual name.
Her character name is Jennifer Kale.
Jennifer Kale. So now they're not gonna be able to trust Jennifer. I think Jennifer lives. I think Jennifer lives.
Only if she fucking decided to give her soul to
Mephisto.
To death.
Okay. Hear me out on this one. What if it's Death and Jennifer then? With Mephisto.
Oh, wait. Also, by the way, I wanted to bring this up while we were talking about it. I think it is funny because at one point, I don't even remember who it was. One of them looks over and looks at Agatha and goes, "You dated Death?" And she's like, "I like the bad boys."
I like the bad boys. She said, "You dated Death." That's why she didn't like bring it up.
That's funny. But yeah, so do you have any?
I think that was all my predictions.
All your predictions?
I think so.
I think I laid all mine on the table throughout the thing.
I think everybody dies. Fuck it.
Jennifer is really a bad witch, and we just don't know yet.
Yep, and everybody dies. I'm getting what I wanted. Death. I don't think
everybody dies. Agatha's not gonna die.
The black witch ain't gonna die. Jennifer ain't gonna die.
Jennifer will.
Why would she die for?
I just think she won't.
What? How?
I think Death's gonna kill her.
Explain yourself on that.
I think Death's gonna kill her.
Why would Death kill her for?
Because
Death should have made a deal with Death.
You've outlived exactly. She shouldn't have.
So you think that's gonna be? Oh my God, that's so fucked up.
All Death wants is bodies. She don't care. She don't give a fuck about nobody.
And she did say, "All I want is bodies anyway." And you get your powers.
I think Jennifer's gonna die.
I think Agatha gonna die. Fuck it, I'm spitballing. I think Agatha gonna die.
I think Agatha and Rio are the 2 people that will not die.
Cause Rio's deaf, no shit.
Right.
But I'm saying Agatha's gonna die. Well, but Agatha gonna jump to another body.
And
Agatha do what Billy did, jump to another body.
And the teen. I don't think he's gonna die.
No, because William's gotta come back. William's gotta come back.
Could you imagine if? Here's another
10 out of 10
random
series.
Here's another random one. What if Billy goes to find
the boyfriend,
his brother?
The brother.
But his brother takes over the body, and all of a sudden he's Speed.
Oh my God! Oh no! So Willie will never be found.
Or what if he?
I'd say he go back to the boyfriend. And be like, I don't know you.
What if Boner gets in a car accident?
And then he takes over Speed.
Speed takes over his body, and now all of a sudden he's just running fast again.
And now he's Quicksilver all over again.
I'm bullshitting, guys.
Oh no, but this could work though.
I hope none
for
of
these
this
next
happens.
2 episodes. Watch, Nick. These next 2 episodes are gonna be crazy. I still think Agatha's gonna die. I think I said this before. Even though Nick doesn't see it, I still think Agatha's gonna die. But we're gonna lose that Agatha, but she's gonna jump to a new Agatha, like how Scarlet Witch is gonna jump to a new body as well. She's gonna mind jump.
I don't think that specifically can happen with Agatha. I know it can happen with Wanda.
Or you don't think Agatha has that power to do it?
No, because Wanda is the only whatever kind of being they deemed Wanda.
Omni-being or omnipresent being or something? Level 5 mutant?
What kind of being is Wanda?
Because she got new powers now in some of the new comics. She's like up there at being one of the powerful mutants out there. Or powerful characters out there. Yeah, she's like down the top 5 now.
They mentioned it in one of the movies or shows.
She's like up there with like Phoenix Gray, like with the Phoenix Force.
Yeah, so she's the only. So technically, the Scarlet Witch is. It's like she's a mutant. I know that.
Yeah, we know she's a mutant. Right.
I don't remember exactly the term they use for it, but she's the only one that can without special powers, or without outside aid, so without using something else, she can travel between dimensions.
Right.
She's the only person in the MCU currently, and she's like one of 3 or 4 total in the comics that can do that. I just don't remember what they deemed the name of it. It's called.
I thought it was mind jump. I thought that's what they called it.
No, that's not a mind jump.
What did Benedict Wong's character say? He said, because you're daydreaming or something, because you're taking over somebody else's body. That's how she did. She took over that person's body in another Earth.
Let me see why is Scarlet Witch able to travel between universes? Nexus being.
Correct. She's a Nexus.
She is the only Nexus being in the MCU.
Right.
But I believe. Hold on. How many Nexus beings are there in the comics?
Right.
So the Nexus beings in the comics: Scarlet Witch of 616. There's Lore of an Unidentified Reality. Ellen of an Unidentified Reality. Ceasneg of Earth 74113. Merlin is considered a Nexus being. Kang the Conqueror is considered a Nexus being.
Well, yep. Yeah, because he can't jump from other people. We saw that at the... Yeah.
Leonard Tippett. Franklin Richards of Earth 772 is a Nexus being. Vision of Earth 90110 is a Nexus being.
So Vision can... Okay, I guess... Yeah, well, he did show a little bit of that in the WandaVision, yeah.
Jean Grey...
Yep. The Phoenix.
Of Earth 9250
yep.
is a Nexus being. Odin Borson of Earth 9260 is a Nexus being. Queen Elizabeth I of Earth 78912. Napoleon Bonaparte of Earth 9008. Abraham Lincoln of Earth 9002. And John F. Kennedy of Earth 9007.
What the hell? They just start adding presidents in the Marvel Universe?
A lot of these apparently, as I'm going through here, look to be what if issues. It's like Jean Grey of Earth 9250 looks like she was Marvel Girl was a member of the X-Vampires who was turned into a vampire by Wolverine, Lord of Vampires.
Oh.
This sounds cool.
Yeah, what?
After the demons of Limbo began invading Earth, Jean Grey was empowered
by
Mr. Sinister, who gave them the powers to defeat the demons as long as they exiled themselves from Earth afterwards.
Right.
Jean Grey traveled to the Dark Dimension where she was convinced by the Whisperer to unleash the Phoenix Force and use it to kill Goblin Queen and Dormammu.
Damn. To kill Dormammu?
I want to read this story.
Yeah, with vampires.
What comic is this?
Look, he said, this is it.
This is the universe I want.
Right, of like vampires and turning, and then Jean Grey to fight Dormammu and a Goblin Queen. What the hell? That's an interesting little scenario.
So, anyways,
but yeah, like that was all my predictions.
I
don't see Agatha dying. I would like to see it, but I can see it happening though.
I don't think Agatha's gonna die. I also don't think they're going to find Wanda. Again, I think if Wanda shows up...
Yeah, if she does
If Marvel does it and they do it smart, they never announce in a trailer or anything that she's going to be in a movie.
Yeah.
She just needs to show up. Marvel, I am sick of you ruining surprises.
Just have her just show up,
I didn't need to know Spider-Man was going to be in Civil War.
Right.
I was going to go see Civil War anyways. If I'd have watched the movie and he would have just shown up, I would have lost my mind,
Yeah, I would have lost it.
But since I knew he was going to be there, was I still excited? Yeah, it was cool. But I didn't lose my mind. I was like, let's go with Spider-Man. But dude, if he'd have just shown it, like imagine, dude, he never shows up in the trailer.
He never shows up.
And then you sit down and you're watching a movie, and all of a sudden, imagine he doesn't even meet Peter Parker, because that would have given it away.
Right.
But imagine,
because you could cut that part out. Right.
But imagine that scene doesn't even happen.
And then,
all of a sudden he's sitting there and he's like, they have the normal conversation. Right. He goes, Underoos!
And then he just grabs
and then all of a sudden you see this web shoot down, hit the shield, and it fly up, and he can't.
Dude, a superhero landing into that shield too.
I'd have been like, let's go.
Like right now, the only time we ever heard Wanda Maximoff was at the beginning of episode 1 or midway through episode 1, where they saw a dead body.
No, they mentioned Wanda in this episode.
I mean, like I'm saying the autopsy. Like suppose that body. No, I didn't mention, but I like the dead body, of course. But if they could just,
but you notice
if they can hide that shit.
Well, here's why everyone thinks he is alive, according to these episodes that we just watched, or she is alive. Billy even asked. We didn't talk about this earlier either. Billy and Agatha were talking.
Yeah.
And he said, "So you sure you seen Wanda?"
Right.
And she said, "Yeah." And she's dead. And he's like, "Well, it was her body." He's like, "And anyone else see this?"
Right. Anybody else see it?
And she was like, no."
Right.
Maybe she's not dead.
Maybe she's not dead. Which we're knowing that anyway. We're
like I said, I don't think she is. I also still don't think she's going to show up in the series.
Because if she shows up, that would be crazy.
Well, I think it's cool if she does. Absolutely.
Oh my God. Like,
absolutely.
Out of randomness? Whoa. And as long as the trailers don't spoil it, because right now, with Twitter and the trailer's going to start dropping, what, Monday or Tuesday?
I just think it's a bad move if they do. I think they can hold off her coming back.
Don't even show her hand. Don't even show the little red mist. Nope.
For a Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Agatha shows up to help Doctor Strange? She's like, "Oh yeah, I brought a couple of friends."
That would be random.
Agatha would be like, I brought a couple of friends. And then all of a sudden, Wanda does her
right,
thing
her little shit and whatnot, yeah. Maybe that should be how Agatha end. You meet Doctor Strange at the end. Like, that should be how it should end.
Imagine meeting... that again, no.
Out of random.
Not even ending. Post-credit scene.
Post-credit scene.
We have not got one for this entire series so far.
Right.
Which is normal. They usually don't do
because usually the Disney Plus shit, just like this one, like they always wait till like towards the midway to the end.
They either show it's a mid-season post-credit scene,
right,
which
they
is
haven't shown it. That's
WandaVision
did. Shown that one in this one, not once. Not toward the end.
Or there's an end-credit scene at the very end, which sometimes that still doesn't happen.
Right.
Falcon and Winter Soldier didn't have one.
Yeah. That's it.
But
this one could probably show it.
Imagine the series ends, and then all of a sudden you get a post-credit scene. And you get one of Doctor Strange's little circles that pop up.
With Clea
Doctor Strange
there.
and Clea walk out and confront Agatha and maybe Wiccan. Maybe Wiccan's still with Agatha doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, we need some help."
And the old-fashioned thing that we hear through the MCU. "Hey, I need your help." I'm like, yeah! Like, that's how Iron Man did. That's how Tony Stark. It's called the Vision Initiative. I need your help. Let's do it.
But that's why a lot of this stuff is frustrating me too, right?
Okay.
There are so many post-credit scenes that still have not been answered. And this goes back to why I'm frustrated we still don't have a Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
At the post-credit scene for Shang-Chi...
The sister is taking over. And the Beacon, too. The Beacon, my bad. Yeah, the Beacon.
He meets up with...
Benedict Wong, the dude who works for the... He's the Sanctorium person.
Yeah, Wong.
Yeah, Wong. There we go.
He meets up with Wong.
Right, and you got...
But then they have the panel that's
talking.
You
have Captain
and it's
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
And I think that... and the girl from Wakanda. Yeah. Koye.
So you got all these people that are there.
Because them rings activated caused the symbol.
And we don't know what it was. We don't know who it was bringing in. We don't know what it was doing. And they just never did anything with it.
And everything... Well, it was supposed to... Well, we didn't get legal troubles. It was supposed to have been Kang. That was the hit. See, when stuff happens in the real world, man, they have to scrap some shit, and that's probably why and that's what sucks too.
Although I do think it'd be cool if they find a way to tie it into Strange, because they could.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's a technology expert. Maybe the bands that Kamala uses are actually created by
the
Doctor Strange.
Strange himself, right?
Right, guys.
Right, but we're never gonna get those answered, I guess.
No,
never. Nah.
All right, guys. We love y'all.
Later.
Next week we
watch
finish
last two episodes.
Excelsior.
Happy Halloween. Bye bye.
Halloween.
Yeah, get your candy.